Welcome everybody to a brand new episode of Forever Faithful Podcast. I'm Brad Farino, joined by me is my co-host Christian Dyer, and as always, we got our squad in the building. We got Night Gang Podcast Deon, and we got Mr. Anshul himself with the new name, the Shah Show. How we doing, fellas?
Doing well.
Good, man. How about y'all?
Doing well, man. Freaking the 2023
Football is
season
back. That's all that
here.
matters, man. Been
Exactly.
waiting all year for this shit. It kills
Yes,
me
sir.
when I can't watch football. XFL was actually very entertaining this off season. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't really watch
What's up,
baseball, so it's such a dead part of I feel like with sports because there's no basketball or football, so it's like I'm so excited that football's back because finally there's gonna be something to be able to watch.
That's true. So before we get right into the show, just to let everybody know, if you guys are tuning in on Twitter or now called X, go ahead and go over to youtube.com/Faithful Podcast 49 or Night Gang Podcast or the Shah Show, and we'll see your comments there. And with that being said, let's get right into it. Preseason week 1. This is the first preview of the new season. We play the Raiders, and we just got word yesterday that Trey Lance will be starting the first half and Sam Darnold will be doing the second half. How are we feeling, and what were your guys' thoughts with the joint practices the past 2 days with the Raiders? Deon, you go first.
The joint practices with the Raiders seem to have gone as I anticipated. What's going on, D Sizzle?
Sizzle?
Yes, sir. So joint practices went kind of the way I thought, and we had some good, we had some bad, but more so good rather than bad. I heard Purdy threw a few interceptions and whatnot. Wasn't looking as great. Heard Lance looked great, but I heard he had, his first series that he got out there at 11 on 11s, he bobbled the snap and then had a false start. I think I was watching Mike and Matt and Zach, and Matt was saying that, he snatched him right after that, for a play or two, kind of give him a little heads up, get that shit out your mind type thing, get back out there and do it. And Lance went out there and performed. So me personally, happy the football's back. Love what I heard from all of the joint practices. More so positive rather than negative. Been hearing a lot of good things about Javon Kinlaw. I will always wait and see on that. I can't trust that he's going to stay healthy for a full year. What's going on, Steve-O? But I need him to be able to do that. Once he does that, then we're fine. And we'll get that out. You know what I mean? But other than that, happy with everything that came out of it, man. Hopefully we go out there and kick the Raiders' teeth in, and in the process, get ourselves a good look at some of the guys that we have, backups, anything like that. Trying to figure out the other positions and whatnot. So I'm good. What about you, Shaw?
Yeah, I'm gonna mention this because everybody obviously is gonna bring this up. I know Purdy had 4 interceptions, but it's practice, and the thing is, we don't really know. Was he throwing in the tight windows or not? Because if he was, practice is the perfect time to test that out. You do not want to see that in a game, so I'm not even gonna take that much from it. We've seen it in the past with the guy that used to be on this team. I ain't even gonna say his name, but he threw 5 picks in a practice. So I'm not really concerned with that. But yeah, I did see the fumble center, but again, same kind of thing. It's practice. I'm okay with some of these things happening. As long as they don't happen in games, I'm fine with it. So really just interested to see with this preseason game, obviously the starters are not going to be playing, but I'm looking at that offensive line depth, for sure, and then just that linebacker unit. What does Womack have in year 2? Because it seems like we might not be able to see him too much. He has been also taking a lot of snaps on the outside, so that's gonna be something interesting to see. But I'm excited.
Eric, what's going on? Christian, what's your take?
I would say maybe just worried about some of the injuries that we've already gotten. Kittle's injured, Jackson's injured.
Ray,
Ray's out for an extended
8 weeks.
time, so that definitely sucks. Not really worried about practice stuff though. Interceptions in practice, like I know everybody's like, yeah, it's concerning. Like freaking Anshul said, it is practice. If you're gonna
Emiliano.
make the mistakes in practice because you make those mistakes, you take the film, you work on it, you don't do the same shit again, you work on that again in practice. When come game time, you don't make those mistakes. But it's Niner fans. Any kind of thing happens, then they lose it. They absolutely lose their fucking minds. And
Bro, 49ers Twitter and the spaces yesterday
It's
was
always crazy.
crazy.
bro, can we just not lose our minds for 5 minutes and just fucking enjoy the game of football without having a stroke every time something happens?
Right?
What's going on, Moran?
Shit.
What's up,
Going
man?
on, bro?
Like, fucking, I mean, he threw some interceptions. Whoop-de-doo. Like, let's just wait and see. I mean, I'm not going to harp on something that is happening in practice until I see it in the
I think
game.
the biggest reason is just the quarterback, situation.
Yeah.
And it's like if everybody could just get on the same page of just understanding the reality of it. If Brock Purdy is fully healthy and he doesn't have any setbacks, he's your starter. Like just get that into your head and live with it and deal with it.
Unless Lance comes out and just absolutely fucking balls.
Yeah, he has to like literally walk onto the field and like chuck a TD to Danny Gray first throw and then just walk out the field like, I'm sorry, you're gonna start this motherfucker over me. Like he has to be overly spectacular for that to happen. Now, do I see that happening? No. Am I saying I doubt Lance or I don't have any faith in him? Look at the fucking shit behind you, people. The jersey is there. I bought it because I immediately knew that was the guy. That was our franchise guy. But at the end of the day, man, I'm not going to sit here and be unrealistic. No, nor am I going to sit up there and make excuses for Trey Lance. He's been there. He had his opportunities. Shit ain't happened. It is what it is. All I've ever said was, if you're going to keep sitting this young man, let him go somewhere else so he can play. There's still plenty of teams out there that need a damn quarterback. And I'm telling you right now, I've heard a lot about people bitching and complaining about the way Eric Bieniemy has been kind of coaching as far as the offensive coordinator and stuff like that. I honestly think if you put Trey Lance in Washington, that turns them into at least a fucking wild card team automatically.
Well, I think it'll be interesting to see when Lance goes out there how they play him. Like, if they play him correctly, the way he should be playing, dropping back, extending plays with his legs, getting first down with his legs, but not design runs. You can use them a little bit in the run game so you can get misdirection, whatever. But at the same time, it needs to be drop back, find the guy. If there's pass rush, if he's not open, move around with your legs, make things happen. I want to see him use his legs to make a throw down the field. I would like to see him extend plays.
What's going on, Corey?
Running for first down, but I want to see him be able to move around behind the line of scrimmage and not take sacks and make a big play when everything breaks down. Like that's what I'm looking for from him, because I feel like if he starts to do that even in the preseason, there's a chance he might be able to be the starter. If he's able to like find the guys that are open and make those plays, then I think that's going to help. But I think if he's able to go off script when the plays break down and the pass rush gets bad, I think that's going to help, because we're still worried about being weaker on the right side this year, and having a quarterback that can escape and make, has an arm, because he has such a strong arm, he can make a throw from anywhere on the run. We need to see his ability to do that, his ability to make plays when everything breaks down and he's running around in the backfield. Like, I want to see, like I said, his comp. I've said many times his comp to me. I want to see some Ben Roethlisberger type plays from him. Yeah. And then I'd feel comfortable about, like, okay, well, maybe we can ride with Trey, because if this is what we're going to get, we're going to be pretty good.
No, I like that, man. Those are really good points.
The best way to put it is we need to see that, because his ceiling is so high. We need to see some of those we need to see some of those plays and his abilities that make us believe his ceiling is so high.
Yeah, and the cool thing about being able to watch like the preseason and see all these guys is you get You get a full in-depth look at people actually on the field versus it being a situation where you don't really know what you're going to see, when it starts. And I honestly think that for me, when it comes to Lance, I'll stick to the script. There was never a quarterback competition. It was always a situation where Kyle knew that he was going with Purdy and Purdy was healthy. When they got the fact that Purdy was healthy, he was happy. And that was the case. A lot of people are like, nah, he had no. You know how there's an open quarterback competition? You do what Indianapolis is doing. Split it. If there was an open quarterback competition, it would be saying Brock Purdy or Trey Lance. Instead, it says Trey Lance or Sam Darnold. Now we all got to notice that Trey Lance is going to be the starter in this game, and Purdy and Darnold will play the second half. But when you don't play in preseason and you in a t-shirt and shorts, that usually indicates that you've made the squad and you're the fucking starter. 9 times out of 10.
Here's my thing: is you would think Kyle would want Brock to play in the preseason game at least a couple of series.
He's not ready though. I don't think.
I honestly
Why are you making him starter then if you don't think
we'll probably see him in the second? I bet you we'll see him in the second.
Yeah, we'll see him, but we'll see him sparingly. Honestly, I think he still is trying to get the strength that he had in his arm back. I don't think he's fully ready to go. So I think that what Kyle is doing what anybody would do. I'm going to protect my investment. I'm going to go ahead and let him relax, and I'm going to have these young cats come out here and play and do what they got to do. And, it's cool. We'll see if Sam Darnold has picked up anything from the playbook. I hope he has. I hope he's been able to progress in some way. But honestly, I want Trey Lance to go out there and light that shit up. Hey, Mom. So I want him to write. Yes, lefty's right up there. No, I don't matter. But I honestly I really just am anxious to just watch the game and be able to evaluate the talent that we have. I really want to see what I'm hoping D Winters goes out there and balls. You know what I mean? Jim Everett the Great. I'm gonna pray for you, bro. I am going to pray for you because your season about to be horrible.
You know what's funny?
Y'all gonna be fighting with the Cardinals for the worst spot in the NFC West, let alone the bottom spot in the NFC. It's that bad. Y'all don't have NFL. I implore you right now, outside of the 3 marquee players that everyone knows you have, please give me someone else on your team that is going to make an actual fucking impact. I really will. Now, we'll stay on task for the show, but by all means, you in the chat, because your team sucks and ain't nobody talking about that, the whack-ass lamb chops, please give me someone that's really going to make an impact, because no one knows anybody else on your squad outside of Kupp, Stafford, and Donald. Literally. Van Jefferson? Seriously? I need you to give me somebody who's going to make an impact. I said impact, not getting on the sideline being injured 90% of the fucking time. You really you stop, man. You got to let it go. I know you come to troll and it's fun for you, but you got to know. I mean, you can't be deluded. Don't be Cowboy fans. Don't do that to yourself. Don't be delusional thinking you going to the Super Bowl this year. Have y'all seen Dak in practice? Now, yes, we talk about practice, but he been looking horrible. Trayvon Diggs told him to shut his bitch ass up. I'm just saying. These are things that are happening to people.
That was funny.
I'm telling you, bro, they are out there killing Dak Prescott. That man can't see nothing. And if he's playing like that, and that's any indication of what we gonna see there, we are going to destroy him. And if you think Steve Wilkes, the coach, sees DBs up to catch that interception, it's over, bro. Thank you, Tommy. Tommy always comes in perfectly with the shit. He is a fucking nobody.
Yep.
Even when healthy, Van Jefferson ain't shit. But oh yeah, that is true. So unfortunately, Mr. York got caught with some bullshit. How y'all feel? Brandon,
time to sell the team.
Start right up. How you feel about that, Brandon? Because at this point, we're gonna have to go to Denise or Dr. York if he keep fucking around. And the sad part is
give it back to Eddie B.
This is crazy.
Yeah,
I really
hope
wanted
this-
to quickly give you guys my thoughts though about Trey Lance, like what I kind of expect. And see,
Yeah, go ahead.
I think we are gonna actually see some short throws because remember, Kyle Shanahan said that that's something that he wants to see improve from Trey Lance. So I think we're gonna see that. And also, he was working out with obviously Patrick Mahomes this offseason, and Jeff Christensen, the quarterback's coach he was working with, said we are going to see different Lance. So let's hope we can actually see, that different Lance also on the field tomorrow.
I'm just excited to see Trey just look freaking like how much he has improved this offseason. I'm just excited to see that.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, with the York situation, I don't think it's going to be a big enough deal for them to make him sell the team.
No,
Honestly,
I don't think so.
I don't think so. And to keep it a buck with you, I think what happened with Eddie DeBartolo, he was winning too fucking much. They decided to get rid of his ass. I love Eddie. I don't think he really did anything wrong. I think why they made him sell the team was bullshit.
He didn't sell it. He just gave it to his sister.
I mean, he just basically transferred.
His sister gave it. His sister gave it to Jed. And Jed was like what, 30-something years old or something. He was young.
Me and Jed literally are the same age. Jed 42.
Yeah.
So Deon, let the chat know what happened for those that don't know what happened with Jed York.
So he got accused of insider trading, if I'm not mistaken. So basically, during the pandemic, him and a couple of other people that he knows with some business, they put together, I think, like an online school or something to that effect. Basically, what happened was the minute, the COVID got lifted and everybody started going back to school, they started losing money. So in some way, shape, or form, something crooked was done. And it kind of is what it is. I don't think it's going to be anything big. I think it's too small for them to care. No, we won't lose any picks. At a minimum, they'll probably just fine Jed York. And then when you have insider trading and shit like that, that usually falls outside of NFL jurisdiction. Mm-hmm. Eddie was set up. Yes, he was. I agree that much. Those are facts.
I thought Eddie had some gambling issues or something.
At the end of the day, man, period, point blank, Eddie DeBartolo was one of the greatest owners of any fucking football franchise ever. And the dude treated the team like a family, and you really felt like that. But the thing is probably be going hard to the bro.
Oh damn!
Oh my God. Yeah, there it is. You're right, Steve-O. That's part of it too. They were giving answers to the test, and then so I mean, it's like, look, do people do underhanded sneaky shit all the fucking time, every goddamn day? If you have never seen Wolf of Wall Street, I implore you, please watch it, because that's fantastic movie. What the fuck goes on. That is real shit. There's no lie. Like, these cats are in there wheeling and dealing on a consistent basis, trying to make every fucking penny they can. And at the end of the day, all they're doing is finding a way to try to fuck your money off to make themselves more money.
Only ones that get away with insider trading are the politicians, because they fucking. How do you think they all have millions of dollars on a $200,000 a year salary?
You yourself have to be a big fish to be able to walk away from stuff. Think about it like this. So, switch gears for like 2 seconds. Any of y'all heard of The Sound of Freedom?
Yes.
Yeah. So, Sound of Freedom is a movie about a dude who was in the military, went on to be, I think, a CIA agent or FBI agent or something like that. And then he wound up figuring out what was going on with all the human trafficking and started to battle out against it. So that movie has been, people have been trying to shut that down like left and right. But what happens is a situation of there are people that want that shit to continue because there's big money in that. And it's very unfortunate. I don't condone this shit by any stretch of the imagination. None of us here do. But there's a lot of money in that. There's a lot of money and a lot of negative things in the world. So what do? Somebody comes to try to fuck with your money, you want to shut that down. If y'all don't remember, some years ago, Robert Kraft was caught up in some bullshit behind children. Yes, he was. But Robert Kraft has a lot of money. Robert Kraft has a lot of connections. So why do you think Robert Kraft still owns the fucking Patriots to this day? When you have money and you have connections, you can make shit go away. Is it right? Not at all. Does it happen? All the time. At the end of the day, man, like you got to think about it like this. If they want to find Barack Obama, They can find him. It's not hard. He's very visible. He's an ex-president. Hell, he gets a CIA agent assigned to him for life. If they want to find my black ass, it's real easy. But I can tell you right now, if I'm in court, Barack's in court, I know I'm taking my ass to jail and he's not. You know why? He's a former fucking president. I'm just a fucking nobody out here. I'm a working stiff. I'm a regular Joe Schmo. I don't have that kind of bread. I don't have that kind of blood. I don't have those kind of connections. So when you have the connections and you have the money, people, you can do a lot of things that you ain't supposed to do in this fucking world. And that's just how it works. It's always how it is. But either way, back to football. Honestly, I am hoping that nothing happens to Jed York. They give his ass a fine and he learns from his mistakes and moves the fuck on with the world. I want to see our defensive backs. I hope Sam Womack comes out and shits on everybody and exposes all of y'all haters, because a lot of people have been dick riding Isaiah Oliver, who I've heard not much of anything really about. I know he had an interview once. Mm-hmm. I hope that Womack wins that battle because I like what he has to bring to the table.
Oliver.
I'm looking forward to seeing Jair
Brown.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see Deshaun Jameson because they said he might also be playing some snaps like in the slot. I don't know if you guys remember. Like I think last week when John Lynch spoke to the media again, he was saying that like there's a chance that they also try out Deshaun Jameson at nickel. So even though I love Jair Brown as he was my favorite draft pick, like out of the undrafted guys, Deshaun Jameson, I'm excited to see what he can do because I mean. Even John, like they've been hyping him up so much. So,
no media, you know, you happy to see your boy DFF. That's your man right there.
Yeah.
That's media's guy right there, bro. I feel bad because he ain't about to make the squad this year. His game's over. You know, I've just always said, bro, he's just a special teams dude. Those guys are expendable. You can find another special teams ace. You remember a guy named Mark Zacha? Yeah, he was a special teams ace for us for years. Wound up, where is he at now? No one knows. Probably on somebody's special team. Getting on the field? Never.
So who do you think is going to be starting with Trey on the offense from the first team? Anybody?
There ain't going to be nobody.
I don't think anybody from the first team, but you know one guy, I think might be out
CDP?
there. Tay Martin.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I think Tay Martin might be out there.
Yeah, I think we see all backups. I think the only person you may see that possibly could be a starter is going to be Colton McKivitz, and that's maybe because they want to give him a few reps at right tackle. But Jennings, to be honest with you, our everybody out there is going to be second, third, fourth string kind of guys.
Jennings might play.
Jennings, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but that's normal because Jennings is the second string.
Dan Gray's going to be out there. I'm excited to see him.
And to be honest with you, man, if you put Jennings and Danny Gray on the field with Trey Lance and that line holds up, I believe Trey Lance is going to have a very high completion percentage. We all know Jennings is clutching in the motherfucker, and we all know Danny Gray has that top off the defense type speed. Now he has stated that he wants to kind of dispel that narrative that that's all he has, and that's cool. But at the end of the day, bro, take the top off the defense like you're supposed to. Trey gonna be in there, so you know you're gonna get the ball thrown to you.
Oh yeah,
like, it's coming. You know what I'm saying? When we first drafted Trey, that first preseason game, I was there in person, bro. When I saw that bomb to Danny Gray, I told you I almost passed the fuck out with excitement because I'm like, finally. And what I want people to understand is know everybody around the league is not bombing the ball every play, every single game. There are, not a lot of that happening, but the threat of it happening, having the option to do it is what will scare a defense and put them on their heels. If I'm lining up against Danny Gray and I'm hypothetically speaking Talanoa Hufanga, I know I'm gonna have to get that motherfucker about 5-10 yards. Because I know he fast as shit and I'm not the fastest dude on the field. My game speed might be quick, but it ain't as fast as that dude. I'm not gonna go up there and get beat by someone I know who is literally just faster than me by just stride for stride. But you hope that when he's in there, the line holds up and it's solid enough and we get it, man. For me, honestly, 90 Till, I'm I would love for Trey Lance to start, but I have come to the reality that it's Brock Purdy. I'm okay with that. It is what it is. I'm not going to harp on it. What about you, Christian? What you think about that? He says, who you rooting for, man?
Whoever helps the team win games. Just want to win, dude. I don't give a fuck.
Christian's non-biased. He said, just bring me a 6 Lombardi. If the fucking Cowboy did it, I don't give a shit.
Damn right, dude.
And then here's the next
What about
question.
you, Media? Hold on. Let's get
After
Media take on that real quick.
Yeah, I'm obviously big into trade too, but if whoever's starting, obviously I'm going to support them.
There you go, man. That's that question that you got up here. Now, Brandon, you always trying to be quiet. You answer this goddamn question.
This one right here?
Mm-hmm.
It's a good question. I can tell you that.
Fucking politician. Answer the question with, well, first I want to say this is an amazing question. This is great.
My fellow Americans.
This is a fantastic question. First, I want you to understand that. The fuck?
It's a good Obama, dude.
I'm like up in the air with this question. Like,
well, that wasn't even Obama. That was just some bullshit. I got Obama.
It sounded like you were trying to do.
I got Obama. I got Obama on lot. But Brandon, go and answer the question.
My fellow Americans.
Oh, that's good.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
I'm gonna say no.
You're gonna need to explain the fuck out of that.
I don't see Brock Purdy being our future. Our franchise quarterback. I don't know. There's just something about him that reminds me a lot of Jimmy with his mechanics, and I feel like that's going to be an issue. But I'm going to let this season ride out, and if we get far and win the Super Bowl with him, then it might change my mind.
Okay.
I think.
What about you, Christian?
With Trey, though, hold on real quick. With Trey, it could be a possibility, but same thing. Like if I were be able to see him how he plays during the season and everything, then same thing. But go ahead, Christian.
I mean, it's hard to know because we don't really know enough about it. Like, because we saw Purdy and he was amazing last season. We don't know if we're going to get that this season, and we don't really know what we have in Trey Lance at all. So how do you even decide on that? How do you even answer that question until you know more?
Yeah.
It's literally a 50-50. Like I could say yes and it happens, and I could say no and it doesn't happen, or vice versa. I don't know enough to say we have a 10-year 50 back on this team. Mm-hmm. I would hope so, but I don't know. But I've told you guys this before. If we win a Super Bowl, I don't give a fuck about the next 10, 15 years. I can ride that shit for quite a long time. So just get this fucking Super Bowl with this team that's ready to win now. Gotcha. And I can just coast. Fucking.
There it is. Media, what you feel?
I would say no as well, because the thing is, right now you have from the core on guys you think that could be starting, you have combined around 12 games between Trey Lance and Brock Purdy. That's not enough amount of games, I believe, to tell who the starting if we have the franchise quarterback. And also, Brock Purdy's coming off, obviously, that UCL injury, so we have to even see how does he look mentally and also, physically. So I think also that's another hurdle. So that's what I'm saying. We're not right now, but definitely I could see it change throughout the season, just like Brandon was saying.
Deon, you?
Oh, go ahead.
See, I like it. Here's my thing. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what Trey Lance is. I haven't seen enough. It was nice what Brock Purdy did, but that was only a few games. I look for at least 2 years of consistency before I honestly try to make an assumption of what a player is. The reason being is if you can give me 2 years of consistency, then I'm banking on that third year being another year of good consistency. So to be honest with you, for that question, I honestly do not know if that guy is here. It all depends on what Trey Lance does for me to be able to see if he's actually going to be that guy. The number one thing that I don't care for is the reason we're in this position is because of our head coach. He never picked a guy. Everybody knows when you go to a new franchise, the first thing you do, if there's not a quarterback in place, you get one. and you put that quarterback in place. You believe in that quarterback, you basically say, hey, it's sink or swim. And typically with the quarterback, you give him about a good 2 years, roughly. You say to yourself, like, let me see what this dude, you know what I'm saying, see what this dude has, and I'm going to just continually believe in him. I'm not going to give him a short leash. I'm going to let him kind of die on his sword, so to speak. And you want that. But Eli Mitchell, man, poor dude. He just can't stay healthy. And the sad part is he what was it? I think Matt said it. He's got Jason Verrett syndrome. You know, when he's on the field, he is a viable threat. He will run your ass over. And he ain't never on the field to do so. So what the fuck makes a difference? But that's just my take on the whole QB situation. I do like what Emiliano did say earlier, as far as Trey being at a disadvantage, you know, at an unadvantageous situation. You know, because he doesn't give him the opportunity to be able to even play with the guys, you know. So, I mean, those are indications to me that Brock Purdy is the starter from day one, just because it's like, okay, I'm going to give my starter all the reps with the starters, and my backups are going to get whatever the fuck I give them. And that's how it's been. So I understand it and I live with it. But I think that, you know, it is extremely frustrating. You're right on that one. I think, honestly, for Trey, it's a situation, but dude, go out there and show up and show out. And you know, let your play do the talking and don't worry about the rest of the shit. You know, if you make a mistake, it is what it is. Brush that shit off and keep going. We had a jackass that's on the opposing team we're playing on Sunday make a bunch of fucking mistakes, and he would just yell fuck and get to the sideline and laugh about it like nothing happened. So it kind of is what it is. But I would love to see him have an opportunity to be out there with a Kittle, a Debo, Ayuk, and CMC. Could you imagine a dude like that with that kind of ceiling on the field with those dudes and Trent Williams and this line that we have, you know what I mean, in passing situations? And just make his situation simple. Make the guy a pass first, run second quarterback. And tell him, hey, you run when that's your only option. And also at the same time, teach him how to protect himself. Yeah. People forget that in college, Trey Lance was just running over every fucking body. So that's why he runs the way he runs. Go to your quarterback and say, hey, you're going to need to protect yourself. This ain't college. You ain't running over all them people. You know why? Because even when we lost that game where he started against the Cardinals, we still had a chance to be in it. Trey Lance got to the goal line and tried to truck like 3 fucking people. You can't do that in the NFL. These guys are ready. They play purposely to stop you. And you ain't running over 3 people. I'm sorry, your name is not Derrick Henry. Okay? So you gotta think before you act.
Or George Kittle.
Yeah, I mean, like there's dudes that do certain things. So it can be rough, but I think honestly it's gonna be a good game tomorrow. We'll be able to see a lot of the players, and we'll be able to have, you know, just a good time watching football. You know, shout out my man DTR. I heard and saw that he didn't look too bad while he was in Cleveland. They back up. His job is in jeopardy if DTR keep playing like that. Yep. Hell, you need shit. Deshaun got that guaranteed contract, but I can tell you right now, man, head coaches could give 2 fucks. They will look and be like, man, you're going to be on a short leash. I don't give a fuck how much money we paying you. If this motherfucker can help us win, you're going to sit your dumb ass down. Now, I don't believe that's going to happen because Deshaun definitely can. Once he gets back to normal, he's good. What's going on, Seahawks, Eddie? It's my guy. But that's my take on it, man. Honestly, go out there and ball. Do what you got to do. You know, these preseason games are for you to earn a spot. Yeah. So the D. Winters, the Marcelino McCrary Balls, the Sam Womack's, the Isaiah Olivers, you know, the Javon Kinlaws, the Austin Bryants, you know, all those guys that don't have solidified guaranteed spots.
Ambry Thomas.
Get out there, Ambry. Oh, my God, bro. You need a serial. Like you, Ambry, you have to literally go out there and have at least 1 pick every preseason game. Possibly 1 pick every half, maybe even 1 pick every quarter, because you are on the outside looking in, sir. You have all but just disappeared. Tell me, man. Okay, right. First off, hold on. Put that back. Good. This killed me because I knew it was going to happen, and this is why I cannot stand our media. Why on earth Are we dick riding a quarterback who is no longer here? Why do we care?
David Lombardi.
And had the nerve to come out and say Jimmy was the best quarterback we've had here since Steve Young.
Yeah, what the hell?
First of all, Steve Young was a winner. Steve Young was a Pro Bowl quarterback. Steve Young is a Super Bowl winner. And Steve Young kept this team relevant.
He had the greatest. He
Jimmy
retired.
did that shit for one fucking year.
He retired with the greatest QBR in NFL
Thank
history.
He even said even better than Jeff Garcia too.
I need you to stop, Kyle. I need you to look, man. I'm gonna tell you like Stephen A. Stay off the weed, man. You know, I know you like to listen to Lil Wayne, but that doesn't mean you have to do what Lil Wayne does. I don't know if head coaches get drug tested, but if they do, you better be careful because you're gonna come up with a lot of THC and crack in your system for them comments. You can't sit up there and say that. And no one cares about Jimmy Garoppolo. Oh, you know, how'd you feel about seeing Jimmy? No one gives a fuck. At the end of the day, you should be asking how they care about seeing Jimmy Garoppolo. You know what you should be doing? You should be asking them, hey, how was practice today? Hey, how did you feel? Nice that you went up against Jimmy, but you needed, you know, what's this? What's going on here? When you're talking to the coaches, don't ask them about him. Who cares?
It's funny.
Now, mind you, they have to say nice things. They can't just go out there and shit on people.
That's why I don't really like the media stuff with the joint practices because they always ask questions. I feel like more compared to like a certain player on the other team, and like that's why the normal training camp's better because you actually hear stuff about like, okay, this is what I've worked on. You know, this is how I felt about this practice. I feel like you just don't really get that with the joint practice, and also. Real quick, prayers up to Devontae Adams. Hope everything's okay with him because he took a big hit from Oren.
He got a Jimmy hospital ball.
Yep, he sure did. And it's funny that Raider fans are praising Jimmy Garoppolo after practice.
Just wait until the hospital balls come and your best players get hurt.
Yep. I'm like, you guys are just waiting for them hospital balls. Just watch.
Jimmy that already got Devontae injured. Jesus, it didn't take long.
Dude, he got nailed. It went like this. From
how was that, Brandon?
From media's freaking favorite player too.
Who?
I think it was him. Was
no, it was Oren Berg.
Oh, was it?
Oren Berg. It's not from.
Oh, Oren Berg laid the wood on him like that.
Mm-hmm. And it was a short pass. It was a slant going into the middle. Fucking
Super Bowl rings does Jeff have? I don't know. Yeah, I mean that is sad, bro. Like you just exactly those two names. And the number one thing about that is that Alex Smith was relevant. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I tell people a million times, stop making it seem like Alex Smith was supposed to succeed when he had a carousel of offensive coordinators. You can't keep changing the offense every single year and expect quarterback to develop. It's not fair. I mean, the guy got screwed. He came to us when we were real shitty. We did not have any real coaching leadership in the building. You know what I'm saying? Jed wasn't necessarily the best owner. And we just didn't have the people in the building to be able to help him out. Now, mind you, when Harbaugh got here, yeah. But look how long it took Harbaugh to get here. We drafted Alex Smith when? Like, come on. I mean, honestly, yeah, Jimmy does. Yeah, Jimmy is the only guy who does have a ring. Yeah, that is true.
I bet you the side of the ring says bench rider, too.
Yeah, that'd be fucked up if they handed him a ring like that. I would die. Oh, my God. But, hey, it is what it is. Like, you have to have those types of things. You have to have everything, man. And I'm not going to say that Jimmy didn't do shit while he was here. Jimmy did some things.
Jimmy was serviceable until he wasn't. Like when you need him to fucking win you the fucking Super Bowl.
The number one thing, so let's talk about that. So word is straight out of Kyle's mouth. It was supposed to be Phillip Rivers starting in the Super Bowl. By some freak of nature chance, we made it. And then Jimmy has the nerve to come out and say, "Oh, I was going to start the Super Bowl if we were ready." So you was going to start the Super Bowl, but your punk ass couldn't play for the fucking NFC Championship game? Fuck out of here, bro. You were not about to do shit.
Bro, there's Phillip Rivers, bro. Come on now.
No, dude, I would.
But you have to remember, Kyle is a relationship guy. He said they was talking about this shit all year long.
Bro, if we got Phillip Rivers and we won the Super Bowl, I feel like I'd be laughing.
Well, here's the problem: Phillip Rivers couldn't even win the AFC Championship.
Exactly.
And to be honest, when you think about it, I wouldn't want Phillip Rivers to go out there. He old. He ain't been playing. He gonna be rusty as shit.
Oh, he'd have been fine.
And then
okay with it.
Okay, I have a question. Would you rather have had him or Josh Johnson though?
I wouldn't have wanted neither.
Rivers would have won the Super Bowl, dude. If he would have got to play in the Super Bowl, you were gonna.
Bro, he ain't. Nah, man. Jeff didn't. I don't think Jeff ever won an NFC championship. I don't think we got to an NFC championship game. Well, no, Alex Smith got robbed. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that, Brian. Alex Smith got robbed by Kyle Williams. Kyle Williams fucked him. That was his fault. That was not on Alex. Alex did everything he could, man. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But I don't know.
All right, here's my.
I agree with this though. Fucking Jimmy would have been there in a little statue and got his ass whooped.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh oh my God, they would have had a field day on him. It would have been one of those like sandwich hits, like from a defensive linebacker, defensive end, and a random linebacker that just would have murdered Jimmy Garoppolo. Probably would have folded him. He'd been flat as a pancake. Like I feel, he doesn't have the mobility, and coming off that ankle injury, nah, man, fuck.
So he would have gotten like what Brock Purdy got in the Tampa Bay game, but actually protected Jimmy Garoppolo.
So, my next question for you guys.
That's a good question. I think maybe Owens. Yeah, he was playing with Owens. I think Jerry had gone by the time Jeff Garcia got here. I think Jerry was out of here before Jeff got here. I know he was playing. He played with T.O. He did, but Jerry was. I think Jerry was gone. Yeah, he was gone.
All right, so we're going into preseason week 1, and Nick Bosa still hasn't been signed yet. What do you think's going on there? Why can't we get a deal done?
They're just waiting, so he doesn't have to be on their field.
Well, even if he would have gotten signed, he wouldn't have been playing.
Well, he doesn't even have to be on the field for fucking training camp. So, because he's coming. Sorry, I dropped it.
Like, yo, you got to go to the house, man. Shit.
No, it's my fucking PlayStation controller. No, dude, he's already in shape. He's good. He doesn't really need training camp. I mean, he'll be on the field week 1.
Okay, let me ask.
The Bosas are pretty peculiar about how they want their contracts. I'm sure Joey's dad Nick and Joey's dad freaking is with them on all that whole step of the way in their contracts. I mean, remember how long Joey Bosa held out when he got drafted? I just kind of expect this stuff with the Bosas. It's fine.
So my next question is, do you think they'll get a deal done by next week's game?
I bet you he'll have a deal done next weekend.
It'll be before the season starts. Bosa will be on the field week 1. I can guarantee you that. I'm not stressed about it. It is what it is, man. And this is all back and forth. I kid you not. Like, it's Ken is a fool for that. No, man, he down there in Florida trying to enjoy the weather, bro. But I don't know. I just don't feel scared about it. I just feel like it's a situation of them getting the numbers and figures right. And usually the yearly number is not a big deal. It's the bullshit. It's the small stuff. Do I get a bonus for this? Do I get a bonus for that? Are you going to give me this? Are you going to give me that? It's just little shit. I don't think the number is the problem because they know they're going to have to pay him. Shout out Breezy. He did, help me to understand, the fact that we don't have a franchise quarterback means we were able to keep a lot of marquee players, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to lie to you. I would have loved to have at least had a franchise guy from day one when Kyle came in here, because then that person could be here, he could be consistent, and we don't have these types of conversations on a yearly basis. It's sad that literally ever since Kyle has gotten here, we've had to do that. Like, we literally have to have a quarterback conversation every single year, and that is horrible. For a franchise that has been in an NFC Championship game 3 out of the last 4 years. And that's why people keep giving Kyle a pass. Why? Because he keeps finding a way to do it, even when he doesn't have a steady, consistent dude at the most important position in football. Now, that's nice and all, but at the end of the day, you need to have a steady guy that's going to be there year in and year out, so you have no questions at the quarterback position. On top of that, You can't keep going there and losing. Everybody seems to be fine with the consistency. I want a ring, and I do not need Kyle turning into Andy Reid. If you're going to turn into Andy Reid, turn into Andy Reid in Kansas City and not in Philadelphia. Because I don't want you sitting there just continually, we'll get him next time. I don't want to get him next time. Nobody wants that. Everybody here on this panel outside of, I think, Brandon has not seen a Super Bowl win. Like, literally seen it. Like, actually watched the game, seen a Super Bowl win. Like, and there's a lot of fans out here that are young, like, yo, man, if we could just get one in my lifetime. Like Christian said, I'll run with that shit for the rest of my days. I don't give a fuck. But I mean, what are we on? Almost a fucking 30-year drought?
They won the 94 season the year I was born, so I'm gonna be 30 in January.
Yeah. So what they need to do is for Christian's birthday, give him a Super Bowl win. Yeah. He'd be a happy camper.
Fucking hell, dude. I would.
Because I can tell you right now, we win the Super Bowl, unlike the lamb chops, you won't be able to breathe or move in the streets of San Francisco.
Nope.
Or Oakland. Or the Bay for that matter.
And we'll actually have a future unlike the Rams.
I might have to come out and stay out there and fucking go to that. We win.
I'm telling you right now, bro, I love California. I can't move back there, bro. It's a lawless state. Bro, I've been seeing, Brandon, I've been seeing shit going in your neck of the woods in Gilroy and Oakland. Bro, these people out here just thugging it to the max, breaking into cars. They go in the high-end stores and steal shit. Because now California has the dumbest law on the planet. If you are a retail store owner, you cannot approach a thief. You have to leave them alone.
Yeah, they want to keep people safe because, dude, I could tell you that just the other day at Safeway, somebody pulled a gun out on a cashier. Like, it's getting ghetto over here in Gilroy. Let's put it that way.
Right, and that's my thing. Like, I'll go visit, but I would never move back.
Yeah, that's because we live in red states, bro. Everybody's got guns.
Dude, that governor out there is hot garbage, but we ain't gonna get on no politics though. But it's
Arizona. Everybody's got a fucking.
That I've seen just like from the stealing is just flat out horrendous. And the sad part is, and I can say that, man. Look, Joey, you probably do. I would actually, bro. You probably a side of fucking assassin. Joey masked up, get out there, be taking off. Joey probably got them Gucci bags on sale.
Hey, the only thing Joey needs to steal is some confidence so he can come and be on screen.
To be on this show and stop being quiet.
Hey, stop. Okay, y'all poke the bear if you want to. He gonna hit y'all hard in that chest. Yeah, I know how Joey gets.
It's not bad. I'm just saying,
the finger warrior is gonna get us.
Dude, he is so different though when he does come on stream, because I did a draft show with Beto and then he came on and dude, he was totally different than he is in the chat.
Oh no, bro, he's quiet as a mouse. What's up, Carcass? Yeah, but I don't know, bro. Like, I've just been seeing the shit, and I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers is crazy. And you know the sad part, as usual, is nothing but my folks. Like, damn, bro. Every time they show it, it's nothing but black people. I'm like, damn, y'all really out here. Y'all just out here being niggas. Just don't do it. Don't do it, man. Stop. There's better things in life that you can do. You can go out and earn your money and earn your paycheck, man. You don't have to run around and be a lawless piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? You make yourself look bad. You make everybody else look bad. And then, you know what I'm saying? This, at the end of the day, hell, my wife hit me to some cold shit. So I heard these two cats from Lululemon got fired.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Fired because they went and snitched. And then she told me it's a situation of them being able to get insurance money. So you get more money off the insurance than you do from anything else. That's just funny, though, bro. But I'm telling you right now, man, reaction show after the game. Oh, he wants smoke now.
Okay, I'm down, Joey. Let's do it.
All right. He said reaction show after the game. I'm with it.
So
I'm not even sure if I'll be able to watch the game. I'll be at the lake tomorrow, so.
Oh, you ain't gonna be able to. Oh, come on, man. You got NFL Network?
I mean, I might be able to still watch it on my phone if I'm not in the water.
I was gonna say, if you have NFL Network, man, just record the shit.
Yeah,
Watch when you get
on
home.
NFL Network.
That's true.
Oh, and my boy Jordan will be down too. He's a Raiders fan.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh damn! I
But-
did not know that.
Yeah,
I'm just ready for the regular season, guys.
I know. Same.
I'm going the game against the Bengals. I can't wait for that shit.
I'm trying to
Already-
go
hey,
to
yeah, but hey,
the
my
Week
ticket
18
for the Cardinals game has already been bought, buddy.
Nah,
Dude,
dude, hopefully,
Media, you
good.
gotta get your ass down here to
When
go
is
to
that
Bro,
game,
I can't go during that time though, because the thing is, it's right like at
What's up,
during my
David?
finals, so there's no.
When is
It's
that
on the
game, Deon?
17th. It's on a Sunday. Take a mental break from studying and bring
When
your
is
ass down here,
When
man.
is that game, Deon?
December 17th.
I'm gonna say maybe I can make it out there because my buddy, he lives in Arizona too, and he's been wanting me to come out. So like maybe I can come out and stay with him, and then we can meet up with you.
Media. If I gotta drive to fucking Tucson to pick your ass up, I will. Okay? I do my own maintenance on my car. My car is in tip-top shape. I don't worry about shit. You got to go to the game, bro. You got to go out there, commune with your fam, man. You know, Arizona is cool. Oh, I didn't know you was out here, Jordan. I'm out here too, man. I'm in Phoenix.
Yeah.
You know, it's cool, man. Like,
I'd be down, Jordan.
yeah, I mean, Arizona is cool. It's just hot to the motherfucker. That's the only difference.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
You know,
hell,
like
dude.
from mid-May
120.
all the way until like mid-September, it's hot in the bitch. And never, if you come to Arizona, do not come in July.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's hot as shit.
Deon, I've been literally looking at the like weather app every day, monitoring it, and all I see is 110, 111, 150.
It's hot as a bitch. It ain't changing.
And I'm just like,
That's
thank gosh I'm not there right now.
It's hot, bro. It's hot as a bitch out here, man.
I'd be stepping out the door with swamp ass as soon as I hit.
That's you every day, bro.
That's like instant swamp ass, bro.
He said that's you every day, man. He said it ain't about no heat, man. You just
got swamp ass every day.
That's just the heat.
No, man.
All right. Well, we'll be back here tomorrow night after the game.
Just Brandon and Joey. Just Brandon and Joey.
No,
media
on here too.
Christian, no, we're not showing up. It's just gonna be Brandon and Joey, and I'm going to watch that show. With intensely, like, all right.
We just got to get Beto on there too.
Oh no, you cannot do a show with Brandon, Joey, and Bet. No. That all you gonna do is see motherfuckers coming on the screen, coming off the screen, people cussing. No.
True. They're not even gonna be talking.
Exactly. That's what you're gonna see. It's gonna be continual.
All right, y'all. For those of you in the chat, thank you for tuning in. If you guys haven't yet already, subscribe to all our channels. For our Faithful Podcast 49, Niner Gang Podcast, and the Shah Show. Until next time, guys, go Niners.
Go Niners.
Go Niners. Peace.